Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Lim Klim Chamundai Viche Ata Chaturthodhyayaha. The fourth chapter, the Shilavad. The Rishi said, when that most valiant but evil-natured Mahishasur and the army of that fourth of the Devas were destroyed by the Devi, Indra and the host of Devas spoke their words of praise, their necks and shoulders reverently bent, and bodies rendered beautiful with horripilation and exaltation. To that Ambika, who is worthy of worship by all Devas and sages, and who pervades this world with her power, and who is the embodiment of the entire powers of all the hosts of the Devas, we bow in devotion. May she grant us auspicious things. May Chandika, whose incomparable greatness and power Bhagwan Vishnu, Brahma, and Hara are unable to describe, bestow her mind on protecting the entire world and on destroying the fear of evil. O Devi, we bow before you, who are yourself good fortune in the dwellings of the virtuous, and ill fortune in those of the vicious, intelligence in the hearts of the learned, faith in the hearts of the good, and modesty in the hearts of the highborn. May you protect the universe. O Devi, how can we describe your inconceivable form, or your abundant surpassing valor that destroys the Asuras, or your wonderful feats displayed in battles among all the hosts of gods, Asuras, and others? You are the origin of all the worlds. Though you control the three gunas, you are not known to have any of their defects. You are incomprehensible even to Vishnu, Shiva, and others. You are the result of all. This entire world is comprised of an infinitesimal portion of yourself. You are verily the supreme primordial Prakriti, untransformed. O Devi, you are Swaha, at whose utterance all the gods attain satisfaction in all the sacrifices. You are Swada, which gives satisfaction to the ancestors. Therefore, you are chanted as Swaha and Swada in sacrifices by people. O Devi, you are the Bhagavati, the supreme Vidya, which is the cause of liberation, and great inconceivable penances are the means for your realization. You, the supreme knowledge, are cultivated by sages desiring liberation, whose senses are well restrained, who are devoted to reality, and have shed all the blemishes. You are the soul of Shabda Brahman. You are the repository of the very pure Rik and Yajur hymns, and of the Samans, the recital of whose words is beautiful with the Udgita. You are Bhagavati, embodying the three Vedas, and you are the sustenance whereby life is maintained. You are the supreme destroyer of the pain of all the worlds. O Devi, you are the intellect, by which the essence of all scriptures is comprehended. You are Durga, the boat that takes men across the difficult ocean of worldly existence devoid of attachments. You are Shri, who has invariably taken her abode in the heart of Vishnu. You are indeed Gauri, who has established herself with Shiva. Gently smiling, pure, resplendent of the full moon's orb, beautiful like the splendor of excellent gold was your face. Yet it was very strange that being swayed by anger, Mahishasur suddenly struck your face when he saw it. Far strange it is that after seeing your wrathful face, O Devi, terrible with its frowns and red in hue like the rising moon, that Mahishasur did not forthwith give up his life. For who can live after beholding the enraged destroyer? O Devi, be propitious. You are supreme. If enraged, you forthwith destroy the Asuras for the welfare of the world. This was known the very moment when the extensive forces of Mahishasur were brought to their end. You who are always bounteous, with whom you are well pleased, those fortunate ones are indeed the object of esteem in the country. Theirs are riches, theirs are glories, and their acts of righteousness perish not. They are indeed blessed and possessed of devoted families and friends. By your grace, O Devi, the blessed individual does daily all righteous deeds with utmost care, and thereby attains to heaven. Are you not, therefore, O Devi, the bestower of reward in all the three worlds? When called to mind in a difficult pass, you remove fear for every person. When called to mind by those in happiness, you bestow a mind still further pious. Which goddess but you, O dispeller of poverty, pain, and fear, has an ever sympathetic heart for helping everyone? The world attains happiness by the destroying of these Asuras, and though these Asuras have committed numerous sins, you have let them reach heaven by meeting death eventually at your hands. Thinking thus that you, O Devi, certainly destroy our enemies, don't you reduce to ashes all Asuras by mere sight, but you direct your weapons against them so that even the Asuras, purified by your missiles, may attain the higher worlds. Such is your most kindly intention towards them. If the eyes of the Asuras had not been put out by the terrible flashes of light issuing from your sword, or by the copious luster of your spear point, it is because they also saw your face resembling the moon, giving out cool rays. O Devi, your nature is to subdue the conduct of the wicked. This, your peerless beauty, is inconceivable for others. Your power destroys those who have robbed the Devas of their prowess, and you have thus manifested your compassion even towards the enemies. What is your prowess to be compared to? Where can one find this beauty of yours, most charming, yet striking fear in enemies? Compassion in heart and relentlessness in battle are seen, O Devi, O bestower of boons, only in you in all the three worlds. Through the destruction of the enemies, all these three worlds have been saved by you. Having killed them in the battlefront, you have led even these hosts of Asuras to heaven, and you have dispelled our fear from the frenzied enemies of the Devas. Salutation to you. O Devi, protect us with your spear. O Ambika, protect us with your sword. Protect us by the sound of your bell, and by the twang of your bowstring. O Chandika, guard us in the east, in the west, in the north, and in the south by the blandishing of your spear, O Ishwari. Protect us and the earth with those lovely forms of yours, moving about in the three worlds, as also with your exceedingly terrible forms. O Ambika, protect us on every side by your sword, spear, and club, and whatever other weapons your soft hand has touched. Rishi said, thus as the porter of the worlds was praised by the Devas, and worshipped with perfumes, unguents, heavenly incense, and celestial flowers that blossomed in Nandana, the heavenly garden, benignly serene in countenance, she spoke to all the obedient Devas. The Devi said, O Devas, choose whatever you desire of me. Gratified immensely with these hymns, I shall grant it with great pleasure. The Devas said, since our enemy, this Mahishasur, has been destroyed by you, everything has been accomplished, and nothing remains to be done. And if a boon is to be granted to us by you, O Maheshwari, whenever we think of you again, destroy our direct calamities. O Mother of spotless countenance, whichever mortal shall praise you with these hymns, may you, who have become gracious towards us, be also for this increase in wealth, family, and other fortunes, together with riches, prosperity, and life, O Ambika. Rishi said, O King, being thus propitiated by the Devas, for the sake of the world and for their own sake, Padakari said, be it so, and vanished from their sight. Thus I have narrated, O King, how the Devi, who desires the good of all the three worlds, made her the appearance of yore out of the bodies of the Devas, and again how, as a benefactress of the Devas, she appeared in the form of Gauri for the slaying of the wicked Asuras, as well as Shum Benishum, and for the protection of the worlds. Listen as I relate it. I shall tell you as it happened. Here ends the fourth chapter, called Praises by Shakra and Others, of Devi Mahatmyam in the Markandeya Puran during the period of Savarni, the Manu.